Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7, government secures resident psychiatrists after 10-year absence as mental health staff face burned out. At least 164 dead, hundreds injured following two powerful earthquakes in Venezuela. Red alerts, sleepless nights, and a continent on the boil as millions of people in Europe swelter in extreme summer temperatures. And in sports, England women beat West Indies to secure T20 World Cup semi-final spot. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports this evening at 7.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Thursday, June 25th, 2026. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines now has a resident psychiatrist after going a decade without one. Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Elroy Azana Castillo was officially introduced by Minister of Health Daniel Cummings at a news conference today. Dr. Castillo will serve as consultant for mental health services and senior clinical medical specialist in psychiatry. Minister Cummings underscored the significance of finally having a resident psychiatrist in the country, describing the appointment as a major step towards strengthening the nation's mental health services.
And this country, for about 10 years or so, has not been able to recruit and retain a psychiatrist. Today, we are privileged that on board in the mental health rehabilitation center is a very competent and experienced doctor who is going to assist us in this important area.
Dr. Castillo, who is responsible for the assessment and treatment of complex mental health conditions, said he brings more than 30 years of experience in the field of psychiatry. He expressed his commitments to improving the delivery of mental health care and working with local healthcare professionals to enhance patient outcomes.
I have been a psychiatrist for about 33 years. As he said, I'm from Cuba, but I had my first experience working abroad was in St. Lucia, where I was part of a government-to-government effort. Then I went to other places like Venezuela, and my last 10 years I spent in South Africa. As the minister said, because of family reasons, I have been in conversations for about 3 years with officers in the Ministry of Health, and finally it happened that I could come to St. Vincent, and really I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be part of this effort. I was very happy to see a team of young professionals going to communities, knowing their names, the name of the patients, knowing the addresses, trying to help, going for the injections, and trying to follow the patients. I'm really happy to be here. This is my first contact with the minister and with some of you.
In addition to diagnosing and treating patients with complex mental health conditions, Dr. Castillo will oversee the management of psychiatric medications, provide medio-legal consultations, and offer clinical oversight for psychiatric services throughout the country. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health says it will be strengthening the mental health services through reforms, increased investment, and expanded community-based care. Minister Cummings acknowledged that staff at the country's mental health facilities are experiencing burnout, describing it as a major concern that must be addressed as part of the government's broader mental health strategy. Senior nursing officer and psychiatric nurse practitioner Kaishma Charles revealed that there is a high patient-to-staff ratio at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center at Glen, placing significant pressure on healthcare workers.
Looking at the high-level patient-to-staff ratio at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center on the day shift, on the female ward, we are looking at 1 staff nurse per 22 patients. On the male ward, it can be 1 staff nurse for 55 patients. On the night shift, there's a total of 7 staff, where there's 1 staff nurse, and this, of course, is according to the census. There can be 1 staff nurse per 112 patients, or there can be 1 staff nurse per 44 patients. But our nursing staff, they are competent and continue to deliver the best quality of nursing care.
Minister Cummings also confirmed that there was a recent shooting incident involving police officers at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center. He emphasized the need for specialized mental health training for public service workers, including members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, to ensure appropriate responses when dealing with individuals experiencing mental health crises.
There was an incident last night at the mental health center that involved the police having to deal with a particularly violent patient. You heard me mention earlier about the training that we are looking at. One of the things, and I have been in dialogue with our National Security Minister again this morning following this incident last night, one of the things that will be coming up as part of the training is institutionalizing a formal level of training for police officers, for teachers, for public servants about mental health illness, to help everybody to recognize mental health not as a stigma, but as an illness that is treatable.
The Ministry of Health is developing a comprehensive program aimed at addressing mental health challenges across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Health officials stress that mental illnesses are treatable and said the government's approach will focus on improving access to care, strengthening clinical services, supporting healthcare workers, and expanding community awareness and intervention programs. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has expressed condolences and solidarity with the government and people of Venezuela following the powerful earthquakes that struck the South American nation on Wednesday, claiming more than 160 lives, injuring hundreds, and causing widespread destruction. The twin earthquakes measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude were among the strongest to hit Venezuela in more than a century and prompted a declaration of state of emergency as rescue and recovery efforts continue. In a statement issued today, Prime Minister Dr. Godwin Friday expressed sorrow over the tragedy that has unfolded in the Spanish-speaking nation. He noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is acutely aware of the devastating impact of natural disasters can have on a country, given its own experiences with the 2021 eruption of La Soufrière and the passage of several destructive hurricanes in recent years.
During such times of crisis, it's critically important that friends stand by you. In our times of crisis, Venezuela has stood by us, and we reach out with hearts and minds to the people of Venezuela, letting you know that we stand with you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. We trust that the recovery will be speedy, that lives that are in jeopardy now will be saved, and that the process of recovery will be quick and complete. May God bless you.
The Sexual Offences Unit of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, SVGPF, has launched its Smart Teens Empowered to Prevent Situations STEP program, with the Kingston Preparatory School serving as the pilot institution. The two-day program is designed to educate students on making safe, informed, and responsible decisions as they prepare for the transition to secondary school. Officer in charge of Sexual Offences Unit, Nigel Butcher, said it is particularly important to prepare students for secondary education, especially in relation to behavioral changes and the challenges they may encounter.
We in the unit have recognized that there is an increase in sexual activities among our young people, particularly those children transitioning from primary school to secondary school, the form ones. We also recognize that any investment of our time, effort, and resources can make a significant difference in these children's lives. The objective of this project is to get you, the participants, you, the children, to identify peer pressure and manipulation. Yes, you would find a lot of that in your schools. Understanding the consequences of engaging in all these sexual activities, and to gain the confidence to be able to make safe and responsible decisions.
Commissioner of Police Anvil Williams said he is aware of the many influences that can lead young people astray and emphasized the importance of programs such as STEP in equipping students with the knowledge and skills needed to make positive choices.
In our society, there are adults who unfortunately target children. They offer attention, gifts, phone credits, rides, monies, promises, and so-called kindness. But behind those actions, there is often manipulation. This is what is considered grooming. There is coercion. And too often, by the time the police gets involved, harm has already happened. This is not good enough. As Commissioner of Police, let me be clear. The role of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is not only to investigate crime after it has happened, but it is our duty to prevent crime before it occurs.
The Ministry of Education has welcomed the partnership with the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force and highlighted the importance of engaging students at the grade 6 level as they prepare to enter secondary school.
This STEPS project will help you learn how to make smart decisions, respect yourself and others, set healthy boundaries, and better understand that every choice you make has consequences. It will also teach you how to stay safe, stand up for yourself, and ask for help when you need it. Remember, being smart is not just about getting good grades. It is also about making good choices, showing respect, and having the courage to say no when something does not feel right.
The program is being facilitated by representatives from the RSVG Police Force, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, Gender Affairs, and Persons with Disabilities. Lawyer and opposition Senator Carlos James has announced that formal legal proceedings have been initiated against the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines following a series of alleged police brutality incidents involving Kenton Harris, a man living with chronic psychiatric challenges. Speaking at a news conference yesterday, James revealed that a notice of intended civil action has been served on the Attorney General's chambers. The proposed lawsuit arises from 3 separate incidents between March and May 2026, during which Harris was allegedly subjected to unprovoked assaults by members of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. James described the matter as one of the most serious cases of alleged abuse of power he has encountered. He says Harris reportedly suffered significant physical and psychological trauma following the incidents, including a fractured arm and subsequent hospitalization.
as his lawyer and legal representative in the matter, I am aware that there has been an investigation that was launched in relation to the May the 21st matter. However, it has been an entire month has passed, and we are yet to hear officially from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution or the investigating officers in relation to this matter as to whether or not formal charges are likely to be laid against these officers who abused viciously Mr. Kenton Harris. Remember, there are 3 incidents of abuse, the first being a matter in March the 11th yearbout, 2026. Then 2 instances on May the 21st, 2026.
Harris's mother, Anestia, also appealed for justice, stating that the treatment of her son was unacceptable and should never have occurred. Meanwhile, James also initiated formal legal proceedings against the state following the shooting of Louis Mercury, a police officer at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital on March 27, 2026. Speaking at the news conference, James described the incident as shocking and alarming, alleging that Mercury was shot 7 to 8 times at close range by a Special Services Unit SSU officer while receiving medical treatment at the hospital. He further stated that Mercury posed no threats and was not resisting the officer at the time of the shooting.
Our client intends to file a claim for damages and relief for the following: assault and battery committed by the servant or agent of the state using unlawful, malicious, and disproportionate application of lethal force, negligence in the breach of the operational duty of care regarding firearm discharge in a public medical facility, misfeasance in public office, in the arbitrary, punitive, and malicious abuse of executive police authority, and statutory imputations of liability to the state for acts of its servants and or agents. Our client will seek quantified and unquantified damages for pain and suffering, loss of amenities, disability, past and future loss of earnings, special damages for medical expenses, along with aggravated and exemplary damages, interest, and legal costs in this matter.
Louis Mercury of Redemption Shops, who appeared at the briefing in a wheelchair, called for justice, saying he believes his rights were violated. In addition to the civil suit, James has filed a formal criminal complaint with the Commissioner of Police and the Director of Public Prosecutions. He is demanding a rigorous investigation and a preservation of all evidence, including CCTV footage from the hospital and the police firearm discharge reports. President of Calypsonians Association promises exciting Fantastic Friday experience. This and other stories coming up when I return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to C-Star.
Welcome to the upgraded C-Star Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to C-Star, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. C-Star Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of. One that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
This Friday, June 26th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $96,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $96,000. This Friday, June 26th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome back to the evening news. President of the Calypsonians Association, Earl Cabba Bennett, said patrons can expect an exciting and memorable experience at this year's Fantastic Friday competition as preparations continue for the highly anticipated event this Friday. Speaking on NBC Radio this week, Bennett expressed confidence that the show will be a treat for Calypso fans. He highlighted the power of the art form, saying the messages and performances of Calypsonians are expected to resonate with audiences and leave a lasting impact.
Come this Friday, you are in a jackpot. You're in for a jackpot of edutainment. And I deliberately say edutainment because I'm going towards education and entertainment. This is complete in Calypso. You will be educated and entertained at the same time on Friday 26th. Fantastic Friday that kicks off Vinci Mars 2026, The Great Escape. The show is actually called Voice of the People. And I want to join with Shanique in going a bit further and saying it's actually also the soul of the people. Because soul is far more profound than voice. But we could understand voice because the Calypsonians use their voice to reach the soul of the people.
Bennett said organizers have planned a number of special attractions for patrons and encouraged the public to come out in the large numbers to support the event. He added that Fantastic Friday will offer quality entertainment and value for money. He also hinted at the possibility of special guest appearances, noting that additional performers could further enhance the excitement of the show.
You have king, you have monarchs, you have debutants, you have persons of the year of experiences. You have a variety of characters.
6 females.
Yeah, you have 6 females as well, 4 from offstage, 1 from Anto, and naturally 1 from Dynamites. And you're talking about social commentary, political commentary, philosophical songs, entertaining songs. You have value for your money. So you have a lot to offer. And I can say this to you. We are working feverishly to add a special guest. When I say guest, I not necessarily mean one person, but a special guest act.
Okay.
And,
Reveal later
and
today.
if that guest act comes true, you will be blown away. I'm certain you'll be touched from your head to your feet.
With anticipation continuing to build, Calypso enthusiasts are being encouraged to attend Fantastic Friday and enjoy what organizers describe as an unforgettable evening of music, culture, and storytelling. Marketing executive of the Carnival Development Corporation, the CDC, Ellsworth Ezzy Roberts, has described the return of the AI activation event Touchdown as a bigger and improved experience for visitors arriving in the country for Vincimas 2026. Speaking about the Touchdown initiative on radio, Roberts said the event, which officially began on Wednesday, June 24th, will run for 3 days, offering a variety of activities and engagements for visitors arriving in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yeah, it's a good note to start on because I realized that this year, persons start arriving earlier than usual. And I've seen evidence of it in and around Kingston and bump into a number of visitors and persons shouting me, yes, boy, earlier I wanted to get the entire carnival this year starting from Friday, So they're taking in all the action from Friday all the way down. Last year we did this activation at AIA where we had welcome parties. We have had in the past decorations done at the airport around carnival time to just to send that signal to visitors, hey, you're arriving into the country and it's carnival time. I'd put up some costumes and so forth in the past. But last year we did that and we also stepped it up by having this additional activation that we did on a number of days when they had international flights arriving. It was well received, I must say. The response was tremendous. Visitors were quite happy when they arrived. In fact, some visitors were unhappy on the days when.
The marketing executive also emphasized the event reflects the CDC's commitment to its promise to comeback initiative, which seeks to maintain engagement with patrons and deliver commitments made to the public.
We're expecting now once it gets started, we should be doing it every day. But it is a costly exercise, but we felt that we should be doing it nevertheless, so it has been repeated for this year. We will be starting today. We are scheduled to do 3 of those incoming activations for incoming passengers. On the 24th, which is today, then the 28th, and then on the 1st, which is next week, Wednesday. So those are the 3 that we have for the incoming passengers. And we have one of those similar activations for outgoing the Wednesday after Carnival is over. Okay. So Carnival is finished on Tuesday and June 7th. On the 8th, we'll be doing something called Promise to Come Back.
Send off with a bang.
Yes. So you came in, you enjoy Carnival, and we're saying to you, we're giving you the street before you leave. We want you to promise to come back.
Roberts encouraged members of the public and visitors alike to take advantage of the 3-day activation and participate in the activities and experiences being offered. At least 164 dead, 971 injured following 2 powerful earthquakes in Venezuela. This from the region. On return, stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494, Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world with exotic boutique and luxury hotels and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $220,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, June 26th. It's $220,000. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Welcome back in news now on the regional scene. Rescue teams in Venezuela are desperately searching for survivors after two powerful earthquakes hit the country. Multiple buildings have collapsed. The interim president says at least 164 people have been killed and nearly 1,000 have been injured. Meantime, the U.S. says its response will be fast and effective. We hear more in this report.
Total panic at Venezuela's main international airport. Scrambling for cover, Wilmer Azuaje filmed Venezuela's earthquakes as they happened. Look at the ceiling, he says. Everything was destroyed. Everything was ruined. Two powerful earthquakes struck Venezuela, west of the capital, Caracas. The first, magnitude 7.2, 22 kilometers deep. The second, just 39 seconds later, was stronger and shallower, registering magnitude 7.5 at a depth of 10 kilometers. It happened on a public holiday, and many Venezuelans were at home when they hit, rushing to escape before many buildings came crashing down.
I was here when I managed to get dressed and all the walls were cracked. We managed to open the door however we could. There was a cloud of smoke that wouldn't let us see. And when we went downstairs, the scene was like a horror movie. We had to climb over the rubble from the building. I only saw one family get out.
The country's interim president quickly confirmed fatalities and declared a state of emergency.
At this moment of great sensitivity for our population and for those who unfortunately have suffered the loss of a family member, we extend our immediate condolences.
Hundreds of emergency responders are working to find and rescue victims. Daylight is now starting to reveal the true extent of the destruction. Pledges of support are coming in from around the world, and the operation to find the missing and provide humanitarian assistance will be massive.
That's the news from the region. The international news feed is coming up next. Stay with us.
Boom
Women's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us womanspharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Woman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. $220,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot for Friday, June 26th. It's $220,000. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more.
TVs, fridges, cookers.
We make your life so easy.
Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
The news now on the international scene. A red weather warning for extreme heat has been extended into Friday for London and parts of the UK. Southwest England hit 36.4 degrees Celsius on Thursday, a record for June and breaking the previous record that was set just 1 day earlier. Meanwhile, hundreds of schools have closed and rail authorities have advised against non-essential travel. We'll hear more in this report.
You often need an umbrella in England, but not usually for the sun. The UK is sweltering through its second heat wave in as many months, temperatures hitting a June record, a rare red warning issued by Britain's official weather forecaster, meaning danger to life. But it's not keeping everyone indoors.
How come you're running in this heat? Tell us.
For exercise.
Do you not mind?
It's hot, but it's still cooler than it will be at 1 or 2 or 3.
How's it going?
I'm surviving.
Are you surviving? How are you coping?
Not very well, to be honest. I don't do well in the heat.
But you're out and about?
Purely to swim, though. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be in like shops getting free aircon.
Temperatures this high, unusual for Britain.
People here in London are doing what they can to try to keep cool, like dipping into this lake in Hyde Park behind me. But the biggest problem is that the UK is just not used to this kind of heat, and railways, roads and buildings were designed for a much cooler climate.
Fewer than 5% of UK homes have air conditioning, and most buildings are designed to keep the heat in, not out. Hundreds of schools are closed. Across much of Europe, temperatures are soaring, reaching 40 degrees Celsius in Paris, where the Louvre Museum closed early. And in Rome, tourists braved the blazing sun to visit the Vatican, Italy's capital, among 16 cities under an extreme heat warning issued by the Ministry of Health. In the UK, the humidity is making it feel even hotter, and the heat wave is not over yet.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
And now for a look at the local weather forecast. Present conditions: cloudy, breezy, and hazy. Winds northeast at 26 kilometers per hour, temperature 27.9 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 79%. Barometric pressure at 14.7 millibars, 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature 29.6 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 25.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:34 p.m., sunrise tomorrow at 5:40 a.m. Forecast: fair to partly cloudy and breezy at times with isolated showers and moderate thick haze. Synopsis: Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
This Friday, June 26th, you can help realize your dreams with a lotto jackpot of $96,000. Your dream vacation, a university degree, that new ride, your new house can all suddenly be within your reach. What a little lotto can do. It's a lotto jackpot of $96,000. This Friday, June 26th. You have to be in it to win it.
Welcome to the evening sports, where that's England eased into the T20 World Cup semi-finals with a game to spare by comfortably beating the West Indies women by 38 runs at Lord's. Amid sweltering conditions in London, England impressively built a score of 186 for 7, with Danny Wyatt-Hodge making 65 and Heather Knight 43. That was the highest score in the women's T20 at Lord's, and England suffered out any chance of Windies pulling off a chase. West Indies captain Hayley Matthews was aggrieved to be given out caught behind on review in the fourth over, and England's stand-in skipper Charlie Dean had Deandra Dotting well caught at long on by Alice Caspi at the end of the sixth. Thereafter, and with the game long decided, England dropped 6 catches, 5 of which were tough, in the back half of the West Indies' innings. To book their copybook somewhat, it meant West Indies limped on to 148 for 5. Still, England's progression to the last 4 is assured before Saturday's final group game against New Zealand. They are also on a 6-match winning run. It is still to be confirmed who England will play or whether they will play in Tuesday's first semi-final or the second on Thursday, but both South Africa or India currently appear most likely. In news now here at home, the Division of Sports and Physical Activities within the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Creative Industries has recently completed a month-long series of meetings with the national sporting associations in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The aim is to strengthen collaborations between the ministry and the national associations to foster partnerships in school competitions, program development, as well as technical assistance. Newly appointed Coordinator of Sports, Mr. Roxel John, in an interview with SVG-TV Sports, highlighted that the SVG Football Federation will continue to partner with the division on the school's competition, with this year seeing the first ever female primary school six-a-side football competition.
The Football Federation, they're on board, and as part of their projects, they're going to come on to do classes in the schools. They're going to also help with organizing the schools in preparation for the competitions that we would have, the primary schools and secondary schools football competitions. They're going to be on board in that in terms of sending coaches into the schools, and this could start as early as August, where they're preparing the school teams, those established players in the schools, and or help those who are just joining the school system later on. So that's there. They're going to be part and parcel of the sponsorship of competitions in kind, some material. They're going to cover the officials, the cost of the officials to the competition. And we have female competitions this year. We have a six-a-side primary school female competition and a six-a-side female competition on our calendar, and they are taking this as their babies, so to speak, from the Football Federation.
John also highlighted several important agreements with some of the other national associations the division will be partnering with after 11 meetings over a 4-week period.
We have collaborative efforts with the SVG Netball Association to assist in terms of the training of scorers and umpires and professional development of our PE teachers once they made themselves available. The squash and cricket associations, they have offered after school coaching sessions available for the schools and the students so that they can prepare for the competitions upcoming. Archery, tennis, gymnastics, non-traditional sports, and probably not tennis, but archery, gymnastics, squash, non-traditional sports in terms of our calendar of activities, but they're also part and parcel of our pilot program where we want to introduce new emerging, not as strong in terms of our calendar. They're there, they are very much active in St. Vincent and Grenadines, but in terms of our calendar, what we offer as competition activities, we do not have these. But they're on board in terms of helping to offer a different view, a different option to the students who may want to be in these. So they're gonna also offer coaching sessions to the PE teachers as well, and after-school programs available for students who are interested. Same for volleyball and basketball, training sessions, and also opportunities for the PE teachers to advance their skills in offering sessions internally to their students.
The National Olympic Committee and Team Athletics SVG are also on board with collaborative efforts as the Division of Sports moves to restructure the National Inter-Schools Athletics meets to be in line with regional competitions.
Very importantly, the Team Athletics SVG and the National Olympic Committee, they are very much gung-ho with our collaborative efforts. They're going to offer technical assistance and support in hosting competitions. So we are very much aligned with Team Athletics in what we would like to have next year, our 3-day track and field finals for secondary school. So we want to move away from the heats on one day from 1 week, semifinals 1 day in 1 week, and go to what we see in the regional level where we have a 3-day track and field final, finals for some events as the days go by, and not just a final as we know it where we have just the final events, and aligning with regional championship where we go. Basically what we are trying to do here at the division going forward is align everything to what our students, our national athletes would be accustomed to when they are selected for national representative opportunities. So very much a good collaboration. We see a number of items that are going to come out of it. And the associations are gone home to be on board and to support us.
And finally, in some more women's cricket action, Australia continued their dominant unbeaten run at the Women's T20 World Cup as they thrashed Pakistan by 113 runs to all but confirm a semi-final spot. Elise Perry's all-round class led the way for Australia as she struck 71 from 48 balls in their 199 for 7 and then took 2 for 9 as a woeful Pakistan were skittled for 86. Pakistan were already eliminated but have now lost all 4 of their games as they were thoroughly outplayed by the 6-time winners of the tournament. The group stage concludes with the blockbuster fixture between Australia and India on Sunday, June 28th, which will likely decide the semi-final fixtures. That's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back, and now for a second look at the headlines. Government secures a resident's psychiatrist after 10 years absence as mental health staff face burnout. At least 164 dead, 971 injured following 2 powerful earthquakes in Venezuela. Red alerts, sleepless nights, and a continent on the boils as millions of people in Europe swelter in extreme summer temperatures. And in sports, England women beat West Indies to secure T20 World Cup semi-final spot. And for a recap of the local weather forecast, fair to partly cloudy and breezy at times with isolated showers and moderate thick haze. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I'm Triska Campbell, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news as well as daily headlines. Also check out SVG-TV's News in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing. Enjoy the rest of your evening.